Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video, and here I am to once again talk about another issue with the game and a security issue. Now, this was pointed out by user Isaac King on his blog, I believe it is. Yeah, he has a blog and he put out an article. I'll leave a link in the description box below. A lot of this is well above my pay grade. I'm here most of the time to talk about deals and things of that nature, but I like to talk about the ongoings of Steam, and we've talked about a few of the security flaws on Steam where games have gotten updated that have malware in it. It's very few and far between, I get that, but the fact that an issue like this persists even once on Steam is a big problem, and in the case of Screeps, this is something that's been happening with this game for a while, and on top of that, this is a game that's sold fairly well. Yes, if you look at the concurrent player count number, it's not very strong. I believe it's got like 50 concurrent player counts right now, but guess what? 50 concurrent players is not the overall amount of people that are playing a game in a month, and 50 people playing a game that has an issue like this, that should be addressed, and that should be something that should be brought to the table. So, this was noted again by Isaac King. Screeps how one Steam developer made $1 million selling a remote access Trojan. Now, as I mentioned, Screeps is a title that's available on Steam. It's actually called Screeps World, and it's available for $20 on Steam and has sold fairly well. I believe around the 100,000 copies range over the years. It's been available since 2016, and on the Outside the Asylum blog, they went in depth on all of the things. I'm not going to read everything. It's a game that has it divided into squares. Each square has a terrain type, and as your colony grows, you'll stop having time to place every building yourself. Not to worry, your code can do that. Same for spawning new creeps, claiming new territory, and everything else. It's a fascinating idea. It's on sale for $20. It's one of the best ways I've ever encountered for new coders to learn real programming skills. The API is dead simple, and there's a tutorial that'll get you your creeps mining ore within a few minutes. There is then practically no ceiling on how complex your code base can become as you try to make your colony more and more independent, and use better and better tactics in its inevitable clashes with the surrounding enemy colonies. There is only one small downside. If you join any of the multiplayer worlds, every other player in that world gains the potential ability to run arbitrary code on your computer. In multiplayer, Screeps World, all of the code to progress the game runs on the server, including the AI for your units, a convenient interface that allows you to push files that immediately deploy and start running on the next tick. But it takes a huge amount of work to create a fully autonomous colony. Usually you'll start out just automating the simple tasks like resource collection, and you'll still want to place buildings and direct exploration parties yourself. Not to mention that after the 5th time of your Screeps getting stuck facing each other, that neither can ever move again. You're really going to want some way to debug. So the client hopefully provides a local console that mirrors your commands to that server to run on the next tick and sends the output back to your console. This allows you to use it as a very slow remote console session to the environment in which your code is running. Over time, you'll start defining your own shortcuts, like a single command you can enter in order to have your creeps mount a complex assault on a designated room. You'll also start to introduce logging to catch all the cases you haven't automated. Since Screeps uses an the box JavaScript and there's a little cosmetics to speak of, you'll generally use console.log statements to send yourself these notifications. Wait, this is exciting, your code is working, let's add a little bit more. It conveniently parses the HTML for you as well. And also, Screeps conveniently parses the HTML for you. By the way, did you know that Screeps allows you to name your creeps? You can give them functional names like Builder 1 and Warrior 3, traditional names like Alice and Bob, or cute avant-garde names like Robert, etc., etc. This adds an exciting new level to in-game tactics. If one of your neighbors has unwisely set their code to log the name of any creep that attacks one of their buildings, an unfortunate encounter with your aforementioned creep would let you log into their account and wreak havoc on their colony. Of course, this is not really within the spirit of the game. Screeps is all about automation, and having to manually log into your opponent's account and sabotage their base by hand sounds like work. Much better to do something and have their colony instantly die upon contact with yours. Now, luckily, Screeps is a browser game, so that damage is limited. However, it's not just a browser game, it is on Steam, and the native client reuses the browser code, but with no sandboxing. It'll give you full command line access to the target machine. Of course, the game devs were responsibly notified of this vulnerability on GitHub. They spent 11 months carefully considering the best response and decided on the following: we do not see this as a serious security threat. Much ink has been spilled in recent years about the risk of programmers being replaced with AI. My thoughts on the likelihood and valence of this outcome are complex, but one thing I am growing increasingly certain of is that there are some programmers for whom being replaced with AI would be a net benefit to society. I'm not going to go into everything else, but I'll leave a link to the lengthy article down below. And also, they did respond on GitHub, and there was a response 4 hours ago by Arch4, who was called on to make a response, noting, since there is a lot of misunderstanding around this situation, apparently we are considering making a small hotfix and implementing a separate method, console.log unsafe. This will make it clearer to players that it is their own responsibility. So that is what's going on there. Again, a lot of this is above my pay grade, but it does seem like that there is a security vulnerability here. And even if you're not playing the game, again, things like this existing like Steam without any sort of notification or awareness being brought to it, and also this being something that is notified in the description of the game. Like, if there is a disclaimer, I don't even think there should be anything like this available on Steam that can allow somebody else to get access of your computer. So hopefully beyond this, you know, the developers do something about this, and they figure out a way to either get rid of the situation, or even like Valve. I feel like if this was something that Valve was brought to their attention, they should be doing something about it. And I feel like this can be viewed as another L for Valve. And it's not just this isolated instance. Again, there have been other issues of Valve having security flaws and games that have had updates. Generally speaking, it is fixed pretty quick, but as I mentioned, this is a story that's been around for quite a few months, and the developers responded 11 months ago. And I feel like after that, there should have been a post or something like that on the community page. And if you go on the Screeps community page and updates that have dropped, it's just seasonal updates and things of that nature. They also dropped the Screeps roadmap for 2026, but there's no actual insight on them talking about this issue, which is a problem at its own right. Even if you don't view this as a big issue, this is something I feel like you should put out a statement clarifying it on the page of the game, because there are new people discovering these games, and I feel like it should be aware, especially because it was described as a game that could, you know, help you with coding and learn how to code more, etc., etc. I could see there being people unaware just discovering a game like this and then buying it and not being fully aware of everything going on as far as that situation. Now, it's gotten a lot more attention, but I just feel like this is something that should have been at the forefront for a while now. But I digress. Interested to hear your guys' thoughts on this. I'll leave a link to Isaac King's post and X post and the blog post as well in the description box below, but that'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.